Uh,
So I'm just going to start the
but
recording because, sorry,
uh,
excuse me, but we record all the meetings just for, sometimes we
uh,
have a lot of technical steps that people want to learn later or just repeat and remind ourselves or, and to share with other people who can't make it tonight. So that's why it's recorded, but then we edit it later to make sure there's no sensitive information or like, we're not revealing passwords or anything later. So if there's
uh,
anything you don't want in the video, just let us know and we'll work on editing it.
uh, so my understanding is the auto industry is a big user of DevOps in that area.
Yeah, I've heard that. I know Ford is a big employer in this area, and there are people who showed up to the other server nights. One guy, Dejan, I hope he comes back at some point. He works for Ford. He does IT, so I know Ford and GM. And is it still Chrysler? I know they renamed themselves to Stellantis, but and maybe they moved out of Detroit. But I know Ford and GM are still here. And yeah, I know other friends who are like science and engineering minded, and they're software engineers for one of those two. So that's good. I mean, we need more jobs in the area, and I know people are interested. There are people in the meetup who are studying or self-taught or going to code boot camps because they want to retrain and become a software engineer and get some of these jobs. There's definitely, yeah, I think it's good for the area.
Good.
Yeah, and for sure, the tasks we're doing tonight will be useful for any website or company. You can take contract jobs. I do a few freelance jobs. One job I was working on previously was setting up this messaging bridge. So someone wanted to bridge Matrix, which is this chat, kind of like Discord, with email and Signal, which is an encrypted text message, and then also WhatsApp and I forget the other, Skype or something. So bridging all these chats together, and that requires a lot of DevOps. And it was actually quite hard. It involved setting up our own email address or email server because sending email is a lot more sensitive than it used to be, because now there's like a lot of spam. There's a lot of people who are filtering spam. Gmail won't accept mail from you if you're just Joe Schmo mail server. You have to have like a reputation. They only exchange mail with like Hotmail and Yahoo and these other big mail services. And so that's just like a one-off job, but for sure, the DevOps and site reliability is like another related field, SRE, which is a field that Google started. A lot of websites have divisions just for that now.
Great.
Well, John, I think John is our faithful typist has joined us. John, are you there?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Paul.
Hi, John. Sorry, I didn't catch. You said your name at the beginning, but I didn't catch it. Can you say it again? Austin, our friend from Austin.
Oh, yeah, I'm Sam.
You're Sam.
Yep.
Hi, Sam.
How's it going?
Well, we're quite an international group. So John is joining us from Colombia in South America.
Wow.
So he's 1 hour ahead of me in Eastern time. He may be in the same time zone as you, Sam, if you're in Central time.
I'm in Central, yeah. Wow.
Well, great.
We had a guy join another group from Brazil earlier today, and he is 1 hour ahead of Eastern. he's on the Atlantic seaboard time of Canada. So yeah, small world.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm glad you joined us. There's a lot of like strange coincidences of people find us, and not so many Detroit people. Actually, because I think they prefer in-person meetup. But yeah, I'm glad to. It's actually cool for me to have like far away friends too. So.
Neat.
Well, John, Sam is joining us through audio, so he may not be able to see what we're doing, but we'll be describing it. So hopefully he'll still get he'll still be entertaining for him. On my screen, if you can see, I took Jeff's suggestion and the to have issues to use, not like psychological issues, although I'm sure I have those too, but GitHub issues like project tickets to work on. So, and tracking work items. And he mentioned Jira, which is a similar tool from Atlassian, which is like, I think the most popular tool, but GitHub also has its own issue tracking.
Oh, right.
And this is a project and it's kind of written in, there are different views. This is roadmap view. So it kind of shows where the tasks are and when they start and stop. And I think you can also make them dependent on each other. Like you can say some tasks, like we can only do task 2 can only be done after task 1, that sort of thing. I'm not good at it enough yet to know how to do that, but we can definitely add items here that we've talked about and then also communicate. So, you know, we've been doing step by step. We just show up, you know, every Friday and I make something up and we do it. But, you know, we can also look ahead and also suggestions from you and from Sam and from anyone else who's like watching these videos later or who joins us can add a suggestion. So that's what each of these rows are. So, you know, there's like a row. Jeff suggested this project idea to get jokes from Reddit's programmer humor subreddit, which I think is a great idea. That's like a cool idea. So it sends you like one joke a day. And if he shows up tonight, we can make some progress or work on it. But that's one task. Another task I was going to add is asking help for a YouTube video editor. So, you know, we're recording videos just like right now, and it's a lot of work to go through and scrub them for sensitive info and then also edit them because there's like a lot of awkward pauses. And then there's also, sometimes we make mistakes and we like go down a rabbit hole and it would be nice to have a short edited video just showing one completed task. Like the first time we met, John, you know, I walked you through installing WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux, which is the best way of developing for the web, and lots of other system programming, all kinds of programming, I think, on Windows. And, you know, several other people on the meetup want to do that. So, you know, they're starting out, they're new, they have Windows computers, and they've never used WSL before. So I think it can be intimidating, or, you know, they would like to see it done by someone else. So our video, what we did, would be really helpful to other people, but they don't want to sit and watch, you know, 2 hours of us running through it. So that's so this task here is to ask for a video editor, and if anyone has time later or the desire, I can give you the YouTube credentials. It's a shared Google account, detroitcodewithfriends@gmail.com. And then, you know, none of these videos are like really valuable or irreplaceable. It's just sometimes we might accidentally mention our email address in one of them. So just the people that we add are, you know, relatively trusted. We've talked to them for 15 minutes on Zoom, and they were not a bomber or a scammer. So that's the level of trust we're at. So that's what these other tasks are. And let's see, tonight, one thing we do is to continue on the WebSocket server that we were working on last time. And I want to make it a systemd service. So you might know, because I see some of the questions you asked, John, in the Discord server to the AI bot, mostly about AWS, but you have a pretty sophisticated understanding. And I know you work, right? You're a professional software engineer and you do independent contracting. Is that right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So you may already know systemd, which is really like taken off in recent years. It's kind of like the way to manage background services on Linux. Welcome, Minashi. We'll do some intros maybe at 30 minutes at 9:30. We'll let a few more people join. But yeah, systemd lets you restart services and all kinds of services like the web server, the SSH server, and so the Socket.io server that we're using to share messages in real time between different visitors of our website. We want it to be restartable. So like in case it crashes or something, we don't want this service to go down. We just want it to be restarted. So I have some templates of how we can do that. And then once the server's up, we can connect it to Xterm, which is a terminal, to make a terminal in the browser. And then we could also add a code editor. So the eventual goal, so I'll show people who haven't seen before, but you can also go on your own. Codewithfriends.dev is our website. And I guess you can see
Hi, Paul.
me because, hi everyone. I'm
Hi.
in Airbnb. Well, that's nice. So I mean, the layout is nicer. It used to be, John remembers, it was like pretty awkward before. I'm not going to join. I mean, I guess I could join the chat. Yeah, if anyone else feels like it too, especially if you are not joined with your camera on Zoom, because only one video chat can take the camera at a time. So if you join with Zoom, it's going to take the camera, or sorry, if you join here, this is Jitsi, then it'll take the camera away from Zoom. And I'm sharing my microphone through Zoom. So, but if I join, it'll be muted at first. I'm not going to take the chance, but in the future, we'll use only this website and not use Zoom if we can figure out a way to get recording and screen sharing and some other nice features. But then down here, you can see that there's a terminal and it just prints hello world and it's static. So, it lets you select, but it's just like a terminal command line that you have on your Unix or Windows, any operating system, has a terminal that you can, which is the command line shell. And then we have some nice labels over here. And what we'd like to do is to hook this up to a server. So whenever you type, there's a on key press or on key down event. This is a React component. We're using the React web framework. And when you go to this website, we want the client, so all visitors, all clients, to connect to the server. And then whenever anyone types some keystrokes on their web browser, it'll send it to the WebSocket server that's hosted on the same machine, codewithfriends.dev, and it will repeat this message for all the other clients. So we'll have kind of a nice multi-chat server, and it's not anything special. It's exactly the same as what Discord and these other messengers would do, except we'll eventually hook it up to an SSH connection. So we can log into a machine, like an AWS machine, and eventually we'll be able to edit the website or, edit the server using the server itself. It's kind of a weird, recursive, self-referential, mind boggle, which I think is cool. I don't know if it will let us do anything new or special, but the whole goal of this task and the whole meetup is just to learn by doing with each other. So John, if you're okay, I'm going to ask you to type and click tonight. And if anyone else wants to type or click in the future, I'll try not to be too bossy, but I'll tell you, exactly what to do. Don't worry if there are any mistakes. It's my fault. We're all here to learn, so it's a safe space. And if the server ever gets hijacked or compromised, we'll just like tear it down and start again. We've saved the code in GitHub, and the stakes are pretty low. So does that sound good, John? Are you ready to type and click tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. So I'm going to stop my screen share, and when you're ready, can you share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please, can you
Oh, I need to enable permission. You're right.
enable? Yeah.
Yeah, please try again when ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So can you see now?
Yeah, nice. So
Okay. Well, the first step is open the machine. Okay. Here we go. And
nice. So John is WSL that we were talking about earlier already open, which is a terminal running in a virtualized container. So running Ubuntu, which is one of the more popular kinds of Linux on top of Windows, but in a really faster, more memory efficient way. And before we do that, we're going to start in the browser. So I'm going to ask you to go to GitHub, github.com. And what I'd like to do is create an organization. So GitHub has this feature called organization. So it lets you group repositories together and have a team of collaborators, and you can have projects, and everyone can see your nice smiling face, like cool projects too. Yeah, if anyone's interested, they can check out JHHG04. So that's one thing that I think is okay to leak on these video chats. It's just everyone's GitHub accounts, just because I think people are working on cool stuff, and usually people want to share what they're working on. So I enjoy seeing it, and you've got this nice green graph, so we can tell you've been committing almost every day. Yeah, that's impressive. I'm trying to get my green up too. I'm trying to increase the amount I commit. So you've got a good 2023 so far. So we want to create a new organization, and I think it's the plus on the top right side. And I'm, in addition to describing to you, yeah, you found it. Let's try. Did you find new organization? Okay, so we definitely want free. We don't like spending money. We're cheapskates, so that one is fine. And we're gonna call the organization Code with Friends. So uppercase C, code.
in camel case?
Oh, I guess there are no spaces allowed.
Code
Yeah,
space?
I think without space. I think, yeah, code with friends, upper camel cases. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. And then we have a contact email address ready to go. It's
already taken.
Oh, it is. Oh man, someone beat us to it. Oh,
Our name.
That's okay. Something I've done in the past, I just put dashes in it. So I do code dash with dash friends. Still, yeah. Let's try that.
Code dash.
What? Okay, yeah. People are really try lowercase. Can you do lowercase c, code lowercase? I didn't even think that other people would take this name. We should be friends with them. There's other. Try lowercase with the dashes. So code, lowercase code, dash, with, dash. They found all the.
Maybe with a number at the end?
Well, I mean, we can always add Detroit up front. So, I mean, just to be clear to everyone on the call, everyone is welcome. And we've had probably like as many non-Detroit people as Detroit people join. Like we had one man from the Netherlands, we had these brothers from Nigeria. We had, lots of like guests from like far away. So let's just put Detroit at the front. So Detroit dash code with friends. Let's avoid numbers for now, just because I don't know. It's kind of an admission of defeat. In the old days, in the early internet, there was no shame about numbers because there's so many people. But can you go to the beginning of the line and type Detroit, Detroit? Yeah, just the name of the city.
Okay.
And
maybe you look, if we put Detroit code with friends. It's available.
Nice.
Okay.
Great. Well, and then the email address already has the word Detroit in it too. So it's DetroitCodeWithFriends@gmail.com.
Gmail?
Friends plural, but yeah, at Gmail. So there's an S. and
Friends?
S. That's right. Yeah, great. And then we will be a business or institution. And
Code with Friends?
yeah, let's call it Code with Friends. Try putting spaces in this one. I think this one is going to like show up in business documents. So perfect. That looks great. And then verificar, we're going to verify. And I can't even guess what that means. It's
Choose
identical objects. Elija un cuadrado que muestre dos objetos idénticos. So
Oh, good Spanish.
I'm trying. So something about two identical objects. So choose.
This one will be, or
No, they look pretty close. Yeah. Listo. Does listo mean okay? Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Listo. Okay.
Listo.
Next. Perfect. Perfecto.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. Now you can invite people. So you can invite me. I'm CryptoGoth. Although I think I'll change it to match my Discord name in the future. But right now I'm CryptoGoth. CryptoGoth. Yeah, Paul Pham, the first one.
Okay.
And then you can add Jeff, I think.
Jeff you know the username? Or?
Yeah. It's JEFF.
JEFF.
Yeah. Heng, HENG.
HENG.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's the top one.
This one?
Yeah. Okay. And if not, like I said, the stakes are low. If we accidentally give someone the ability to collaborate with us, more friends, more pair programming partners. Let's see. We can take a pause here, and then I think let's do some introductions. Minashi, do you do you mind saying hello and telling us where you're calling from and a little something about yourself? It's okay if you don't want to also. You're still muted. Okay, well, if you want to say hi later, feel free to unmute and speak up. And then if you have a GitHub username and you want to join in with us, that's great too. And if you have never used GitHub, that's also great. We can help you set up a GitHub account, but it's just a way of versioning code, like keeping track of software development. So multiple people can work on the same piece of software together. So John, I think we're good. I think you can click complete setup.
Complete?
Yeah. And
password? Okay.
Hopefully you remember your password, but you can stop your screen share or blank it out. No, it's your password's not being shown up right now, so it's okay. But either way is fine. It's good to be a little paranoid.
Okay, let me share again.
Yeah.
Can you see now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks great. So I'm going to so we want to transfer ownership of the repository we already have. So I'm going to send you and anyone else on the Zoom chat. I'm going to paste the link to this other repository, and then you'll click on it. And I'm going to make you an owner so that you can transfer ownership. or maybe I have to transfer ownership. So we'll see.
I need to clone the repo, or how can I?
Yeah, let me see if I can.
Okay.
Let's see. So if you go to that repo and go to, I made you an admin, so you can go to settings, which is in the top nav bar of options on the far right.
Here?
Yeah, exactly. And then we're looking for transfer. So it's probably all the way down at the bottom. So on the right hand side, yeah, scroll all the way down, and right where it says, like, you know, you can delete, it's in the danger zone, but keep going down. So in the danger zone,
Transfer.
you can transfer, exactly. So I made you an admin, so I think you can transfer. Go ahead and transfer it, and then choose an owner. So go ahead in the drop down, select one of my organizations. You can just choose Detroit Code with Friends. Perfect. And keep the repository name, that's fine. And then down below, just type or copy if you can, but if you can't, just retype the name, Arcology Builders /codewithfriends.dev without the to confirm. Yeah, just the ending with .dev. That's good. And you can click.
Repository. This may take a few minutes. Okay.
Okay, nice. Good. So now if you go back to the organization.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with organization. Can you please explain how it works, or
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, repositories, repos, they are for a single project, but sometimes you have a bunch of related projects. You know, like in real life, if you're an organization, like you're a nonprofit or you're a company, like Google, or, you know, you develop a lot of different software projects. Then each project has this repository, but you want to group together the repositories together, because usually the same people have permissions to push and to write to multiple of the projects. And then you can track issues. So sometimes you have like a roadmap, like features you want to add for all the projects. So those things apply to more than one repo, like more than one software. And in our case, you know, we just have the one repo for our website so far, but we might have other projects in the future. Like, for example, we have a bot. Actually, yeah, I'll transfer the bot, the source code over as well, because I think people who are interested in Discord bots can use that source code. And so we'll have at least 2 repos, and then other people have ideas, like, you know, Amari's working on this reading app where it uses voice recognition. So that could be its own repo. And then Jeff's idea for the 1 joke per day service, that could be another repo too. So, you know, anytime people come up with a new idea, we can put it in here, but it's in the same organization, so that we all, like, are collaborators. We can all track issues with it, and you'll see as we go along. It's just to organize, to keep things clean, and so you don't have to worry about a repo like being owned by you personally. Like, let's say you lose your account, which I hope doesn't happen, or any of us loses our account, then we still want other people to keep working on it, or to be able to keep working on it, because, you know, we're a team. So part of being an engineer on engineering teams, no one person is so important that the rest of the team can't go on without them. So this organization lets the work go on, even if one person has to drop out or leave. So go ahead and click on repositories top, and there you go. So that's the repository.
Oh, great.
And it's the same. So if you click on it, great. So this is exactly what we worked on last time. And we had, Yeah, there was a change. 3 days ago, we had a community meeting. So you saw that Sue hosted that. And the cool thing about this transfer is that everyone who had permissions in the old repo still has it here. And so we have note meetings here, and then this is just the website. And the last thing I did was to fix the X term. But but the server, I don't think we've added maybe I haven't pushed it yet. Okay, but that's not a problem. So can you click on projects at the top? So the top navbar, yeah, the middle one. So projects. Oh, this project didn't get transferred over. Let me see if I can. Can you make me an admin also? So if you go to settings, so on the right, yeah, because remember I said like we want it to be robust, so no one is a central point of failure. So if you go to collaborators and teams, or access on the left side, yes. And then these are for the repo, and
How about your admin?
I think I am an admin. I wonder if that means I'm an admin for the organization. Try clicking Detroit Code with Friends at the top. The organization link, yeah, the one before the slash. No, you were quite nice. Yeah, that one. And there's also a request remote control feature. So I won't request it now, but I might later. So yeah, go ahead and click, try clicking people and invite member, the green button. And then try searching for my name, CryptoGoth. G, it's kind of a weird name. Yeah.
Crypto H?
Goth G. There's an H at the end. No TH. Yeah, it's like a goth in American culture is someone who wears black and I don't know, listens to electronic music in the dark, and yeah, it's like moody all the time. So go ahead and if you don't mind, make me an owner so I can
owner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can click update invitation. Hello. Sorry, I'm on a video call right now, but I'm Paul. I'm Robert. Go ahead. Yeah. Do your thing. Yeah. Great. So then I will go to my website and then see if I can accept the invite. Or it's not an email. It's how do I get the invite? Oh, so your organization. Okay, I got it. So I accept. Great, wonderful. So I will. First thing I'll do is I'll upload a new picture just for fun. And then I will move over the issues for issue tracking. Oh, that one was too big. Yeah, well, I'll do that some other time. Okay, back to the projects. I see it now. Let me see if I can make a copy and move it to. Okay, it's empty. That's not. Well, I just started it, so maybe it's I can copy over some manually, but I'll create a new issue now. So if you go to the project views, and I'll send you a link in Zoom. So there's so the first thing we'll do is set up Socket.io server as systemd service, or we'll call it a unit. So if you go to here, I'll request remote control. This might be easier. So can you go back to the organization? Yeah, if you can accept my request, I promise not to click or type anything. So do you see my mouse now? So you can click to go back to the organization.
Here.
Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and open projects.
And open projects.
Yeah. And we'll just jump right in. Yeah. Oh, it's private. Shouldn't be private. Can you click this ... and see if you can make it public? Or I guess we can't. Go ahead and click the project, and maybe we can edit it once we're inside. Okay, so I created one task, which is set up the Socket.io server. And yeah, go ahead and click on, or you can add another task too.
I need to write
You
first,
can
and
you can add anything, yeah.
okay. Create or what task I can add?
You can add connect Xterm. Xterm is XTERM, so the Unix X terminal.
Okay. XT
ERM, Xterm.
ERM.
Yep. M as in mouse, or and Xterm for React. So it's a React component, which is a web framework we're using. To socket.io. And then press enter. Good. So we're going to convert these to issues. So the first one, set up Socket.io server as system unit. Go ahead and click that. And let's see. Let's convert it to an issue. So you can click on this convert to issue. I don't know when you can choose that repo. I don't know when we wouldn't want to convert it to an issue, and then go ahead and assign it to yourself. But don't worry, I'll work on it with you tonight. This one's easy, so we'll finish it pretty quickly.
How I can do it?
This add assignees over here. If you can see me pointing, add assignees on the right.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can choose yourself. You can choose me too. You can just, but you can have multiple assignees. Good. Spread the word. Yeah, you can add Jeff too. Although we'll be done tonight, so it's not It's not hard. And then status, yeah, let's choose status, which is in progress or doing. And then start date. Yeah, the start date we can choose to be today. That's fine. Okay, and then I think it's saving as we go along. So as we're doing that, let me I'm going to copy an existing systemd file that I have on my computer for a related service or on another server.
But how I save this only?
How do you save it, you said?
Yeah, only close the.
I think it's on. Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's already saved. So you can close it and then open it back up, and then I think it should. Oh, this is nice. I like. Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. It saved it. Okay.
Yep.
Good. No, I like when you share your screen because that means I can look up passwords and things without revealing it accidentally. Oh wait, I think I'm still sharing one screen. I think I'm sharing Discord. Okay. What is? Yeah, well, it's not easy for me to get the example systemd service, so we'll just log into Code with Friends and we'll find other systemd services to copy. So that one is good enough for now. Usually I make the issue items really short so that it's clear from one line what needs to be done, or at least I know what it is, and then if it's more complicated, I'll add more details later. So that's good enough for now. And we'll come back for task number 2, but task number 1 will definitely get done tonight. So now you can open up Ubuntu, the WSL container, and
move to the repo, the folder.
well, you'll want to SSH into the server. So this WSL is local on your laptop, on your computer, but it's in a containerized drive. But now you're going to SSH, you're going to log into the server. So I'll give you the command. It's SSH space Ubuntu at codewithfriends.dev.
Code with Friends.
.dev, DEV. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay, and I know it says system restart required. We'll do it later. So good. Now we're gonna look in a file, and I'll give you the path. It's going to be in /etc/systemd/system. So let me.
etc/systemd.
Yes, /system. And then just put an ls in front of that. So you want to list all the files in that directory. ls should come first. Sorry, I should have said that.
Okay. ls first.
ls, yeah, all the way at the beginning of the line, ls. And Okay, so there are a bunch of services that we can copy, and we want to pick a simple, we'll pick the Redis.service one. Yeah, I think I created that last time for the database. So Redis.service, go ahead and let's see, can you CD into the same directory? So CD space /etc/systemd/system.
Oh, let me change ls.
Yeah, everything the same except ls is now CD.
Okay.
And now you're going to copy. So CP space Redis.service, and you can tab complete. And then type socket.io.service. So don't tab complete that, because there's other things that start with socket. So socket.io, yeah. .service. Yeah, good. And then press enter. Oh, sorry. Press up to repeat the command and put sudo, sudo at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sudo. Sudo cp. Okay.
Yeah. So now it works. Okay, good. And then let's see. Do you know how to use Vim or Nano or Emacs?
Maybe Nano is more easier.
Yeah. Let's do Nano. That's totally great. So Nano, Nano space socket.io.service. And press enter. Oh, good. Okay. Actually, I think this was created by someone, not me. So maybe this is like a little more complicated than we need, but it'll still be fun. So the main command we want to pay attention to is this exec start. So go ahead and scroll down to that line.
Which one?
Let me request remote control the point. So it's exec
Okay.
start. Yeah. So it's this one. Exec start.
Exec.
Yeah. And then let me, I'm going to log into the Code with Friends as well and get the exact command line. Okay, it's going to come over Zoom. So the first part is going to be Node, which is the interpreter for JavaScript. And then the second part is going to be the JavaScript that starts the socket.io server. So that whole line together, you can copy it from the Zoom chat and then you'll paste it as the value of the exec start line. So everything to the right of the equal sign.
Copy this. Yes.
Yeah, the
Huh?
whole line in Zoom chat.
Okay, and where I paste?
Then replace, so the line that we just pointed at,
Okay.
exec start. So replace everything to the right of the equal sign. So the whole value there, you still need exec start, which is the key. But then after the equal sign, you paste the value. You can go ahead and keep deleting everything, but you want to retype the exec part. Yeah,
Sorry,
we want to keep exec start as the key name.
Can I
Undo?
go back? Undo?
Yeah, I think undo is escape U. I think that's meta undo. I think that's what that's saying.
Escape U.
Or control U. Try control U. Yeah, nano is supposed to be. Yeah, if not, you can just type it again. I'll type you the key. It's exec start equals. It's just a short part, so it's okay to retype it again.
Start, okay. How can I paste? Control.
Control V.
Okay.
Control V, or there's a icon at the top here. So the Ubuntu icon on Windows programs. You can try that. There's a paste up there.
Okay.
Yeah, so the key will start with exec start equals, so that we need the first part, and then copy the
complete path?
the previous line, the longer one that has node and like 18.15 node and then index.js. So there,
but from the start, from here?
Zoom chat. So it's the previous line, not the last line, but the one that says that begins with /home/ubuntu/nvm. Yeah, good. That's it.
Okay. And save or?
Not yet. So there's other stuff that we can there's other stuff that we don't need, and so I'll point to lines, and then you can delete them by scrolling to that line and then pressing Control K. So you can delete this PID line here. So you can just press Control K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Control K. Okay.
Good. Yeah. And then for user and group, we'll just change it to Ubuntu. I think should be good enough. Yeah, we'll change it to Ubuntu, which is the shared user.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the group also, the next line, we changed to Ubuntu. And then let's see, I don't think we need, you can delete the next line. You can just press Control K 2 times.
Okay.
Yeah, Control K, Control K. Good. And then these 3 lines here, you can press Control K 3 times. So we'll delete them.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then this line here, you can delete. And this line you can delete. And you go ahead and delete the last one too. Yeah, we don't need any reference to Redis. And then this documentation link you can delete, Control K. And for the description, go ahead and backspace those words, advanced key value store, just backspace, so delete it. Go back to the equal sign. So press backspace until you get to description equals. Yeah, and then we'll call it socket.io server. Okay, it looks good to me. So go ahead and save it. So Control O will save it to the disk. And then press enter. Oh, oops, we forgot to open this, I think, with sudo, but that's okay. Can you select this whole file? And well, here, I know, we'll save this to your home directory. So try pressing Control O again, and then we'll change. So go ahead and scroll to press the left arrow. So scroll to the beginning of the line. So keep the file name, but just press the left arrow until you get to the beginning, and we're going to save it to your home directory instead. So down here, just press left arrow. Yeah.
Left arrow?
Right where I'm clicking right now. So at the beginning of this line. Do you see it?
Oh, sorry, here. Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going to save it to your home directory. So type tilde/.
Sorry?
Tilde, the home directory, the squiggle. I don't know what it is on Colombian keyboard. I think it's the home directory. I can try typing it maybe, but tilde is that. Do you know it?
Oh. I don't know the name of this sign.
That's okay. In English, it's tilde. It means your
Tilde?
Yeah, tilde, your home directory. But I'm gonna choose yes. Okay, so we saved it temporarily in your home directory, and then you can exit now. You can press Control X. And now you can type sudo, copy, CP, sudo move, sudo.
Sorry, no, it's not the same, this one? No.
Yeah, it's not the same. So we saved the file in your home directory, and now we're gonna copy with sudo to overwrite the system, the service file. So okay. Sudo, sudo, yeah, and then mv for move.
MV?
V, that's right. And then the file in your home directory, so tilde again. And if you don't have that key, I can type it for you.
Yeah, please, because I don't know how I can. Okay.
That's okay. And socket io.service, and you can tab complete that if you want to. Yeah, good. And then dot, so that just means copy it with the same name to the current directory. And then press enter.
Okay, great.
Good. Okay, so now we're going to enable it. I'm going to give you a line to type into the chat. So it's sudo system control daemon reload. So that's going to restart systemd, and it's going to detect the new service that we added. And okay, good. And then we're going to enable. So it's going to be, I'll give you another line, sudo system control enable socket IO. I think that's it. So sudo system control enable socket IO. Okay, so it's the unit file says no installation config. Oh, I think we need the alias part then. Okay, I'm going to actually, can you type tmux space A? So remember the tmux has a U, TMUX, terminal multiplexer.
MUX.
Yeah, space A. And then, right, and then press enter. Okay, good. So I'm gonna also connect and then you've been doing a lot of typing, so I'm gonna see if I can help by.
Oh, great. You work a lot with Unix, with Linux.
Yes, I try. I like it a lot. It's a lot of systems out there are Unix based or Linux, which is Unix compatible. And
What distros or version of Linux you know?
mostly Ubuntu, but a little Arch. Yeah, I have friends who are like big fans of it. And Ubuntu is based on Debian, and before that, like long time ago, I used Red Hat, Fedora. Yeah. What about you? You use AWS, so you must use Linux a lot too.
Well, I got a laptop with Ubuntu, but mostly I use Windows because it's more easier. but the idea is learn about Ubuntu. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have a Windows laptop too. I liked it for a lot of things. I liked it for games, and.
But you got a Mac, no?
I have a Mac right now, but the one before this one was Windows, and when I was growing up, it was all Windows. I was a Windows guy. Like Bill Gates was my hero, and I wanted to be him.
Yeah, Bill Gates is your hero. Why?
When I was growing up, because he was like the most famous programmer I knew, and then I grew up, and I think the whole time I kept trying to figure out how he got to be successful and try to imitate him, and I thought the way was to just get better at programming. And then I grew up and I realized that he knows how to program, but he's like a really ruthless businessman.
Yeah,
really good at business. Right. So he's and he looks like a nerd. So he has like glasses, and he's like a genius. And he was really young, so he like was talk really confidently, and people would like fall under his spell. People would love it, and these companies would just like buy from him because he looked like a computer nerd. He looked like what a boy genius was supposed to look like, and he is a genius. He's super smart for sure, but he doesn't program himself. And so I think that's the thing I'm still getting over, is that it's programming skill alone is not determining of success.
Are you talking about Bill Gates?
Oh yeah. Do you have an opinion about Bill Gates?
Oh, well, I suspect his greatest talent is legal. Not even so. I mean, the business part is there, but yeah, writing up contracts. His father was a lawyer, so yeah, he knows how to write up a contract that will favor Microsoft. But when it comes to innovation, he's completely anti-innovation. I mean, there are so many stories. Even in '95, when the internet was taking off, he wanted nothing to do with that. So, yeah, it's kind of amazing, yeah, how this guy, he's a master of image manipulation too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's very shrewd for sure. And you're right. He had like his background was pretty privileged. Like his father, his family was very wealthy. They had like access to machines like computers. Not everyone was able to like use the computer labs at the time. So he was also smart. He had the combination of smart and then great family connections.
I mean, it's very which I mean, if you have like $1 million trust fund, the night you were born, which he did because of his grandfather who owned the bank and whatnot. I mean, you can say things which somebody who has to worry about their future won't be saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a whole different world for sure.
It is.
There's a Warren Buffett quote. So Warren Buffett's another hero. I would say Warren Buffett is more of a hero now than Bill Gates, because Warren Buffett started from a very humble background. Like his parents were not wealthy, and so he basically built everything that he had, and he's very humble about it. And he doesn't believe in inheritance. He's like giving all of his fortune to charity, because he thinks that just because you are the child of someone famous or powerful, that doesn't mean that, he says like Jesse Owens, who was a famous runner in the Olympics. He says, if you're Jesse Owens' son, that doesn't mean that you get to start, at 90 meters on the 100-meter dash. Like you can't start 90% of the way of the race over, but it's okay to start, at the 10-meter line. And I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't have kids yet, so maybe that would change, but yeah. Does anyone have kids on this call? Does anyone have opinions about like whether like how much inheritance is good to give your kids?
I think the guy you just mentioned, didn't he say he's only going to leave like 250,000 or something for his son?
Well, I mean, his children still get millions of dollars just because he has so much. He's like a multi-billionaire. So
right. But I mean,
he's
yeah.
Living, he's like people, living, yeah.
Honestly, with these people, you never can tell. I mean, technically they might be doing something. By technically, I mean what gets revealed to the press is that he's only going to leave 250,000, and yeah, that's strictly speaking true. But yeah, there are like so many legal shell games that it may be that these are like, I mean, there was a joke in the 90s about Microsoft technical support that some guy in Seattle he took off in a Cessna, and with the Seattle weather he got lost. So he found that he was circling a building, and he asked the person he could see in the window, obviously this being a joke, and so he asked him, "Where am I?" And the guy inside the building replied, "You are outside a building." It's like completely, useless information. But because of that, he suddenly figured out where he was, and he ended up landing, 5 miles away at the airport. He headed right there. And later asked, how did you figure out how to get to the airport? He said, "Oh, when the information I got was completely true, but completely useless. And I figured that was Microsoft technical support. So I knew where to go." So yeah, these people are very good at saying things which are completely true, but they are completely, missing the point, shall we say.
Well, I never even thought to call Microsoft technical support. That's probably true. I always assumed. Well, I think it was because I felt like I should figure it out on my own. Because I had like I had to prove myself. I felt like, well, other people may need to ask for help, but I don't need to ask for help. But you're right. Now that I'm older, I do need help. And then I think, but like lots of people need help. And the reason why you buy in a business is usually because you get good customer support. And so I don't know, maybe I'll try Microsoft customer support these days, like maybe for OpenAI, right? So OpenAI is owned Microsoft owns a large stake, and I'm sure their customer support, OpenAI, maybe they have customer support, or maybe that's going straight to AI. Maybe you never talk to a human. You just,
Okay.
if you want to have a complaint about the AI, you just get to talk to more AI. So they wear a different hat.
That'll be fun.
So this, well, back to Microsoft jokes are fun. Back to the systemd service. There are a few errors. One error is it was trying to serve this this index.html file, which was in the wrong directory. So I commented that out. That's not necessary for the socket IO server, but there's this other error, which I think you can see on your screen, John, right? You can see where it says, v18.15.0/bin/node, no such file or directory. And there is such a file or directory. So I think what I'm missing is yeah, I think I should try harder to get the service, because there's like a working directory. So if you specify what the working directory is, let me try and find it. So yeah, I'll try a working directory. Maybe I think maybe it also needs to read directories. So I think you can add to a list of directories that it's allowed to read and write. So maybe it needs to be able to read this directory. Let me check what the example was. Well, if we don't get this, I'll just start it manually, and we can finish we'll finish this task some other time, but I'm gonna paste what the file is into the GitHub issue. So, we or someone else who wants to work on this will know what we tried and what it looks like. Don, do you have a hero? Do you have someone that you look up to?
Well, you're right. Bill Gates is change the world, man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Of course. Of course.
Yeah. Did you see the movie Pirates of Silicon Valley?
I heard about it. It's like, it's an old documentary, right? It has
Yeah, it's an almost, it's great. But did you see it?
I don't think I ever watched it all the way through, but it has Steve Jobs too, right? It's not just Bill Gates. It's like, it's all these heroes. I think maybe
Yeah.
like Linus Torvalds, but like maybe the Unix guys, like
Linus Torvalds is great
Yeah.
too. Also, Tim Berners-Lee also is a great.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. So it's probably free online.
Yeah.
It's so old. Yeah, no, it's a classic. It's 1999. Oh, it came out. I'm old too, so I graduated high school in 99. So it came out then. Okay, well, I'm gonna manually start the server and then I'm gonna do the poor man's system D. So yeah, guys, watch carefully now. This is a totally hacky way of doing it. I'm gonna loop forever in this dash while loop. And so if it crashes, it'll just restart. And let's see, I want to, at first I want to have like a special channel, and we'll call it Xterm to start with. So let me change to so the line for here, so I'll add line numbers. So on connection, it will get a socket and then it sets a handler for disconnect. But then I'll send you a link and you can help me read through it. So this line is going to be I think there's a topic like well, here, I'll send you the link, John, and then can you click on it? And then let's read through the documentation a bit and see if we can do channels or topics. Like in a lot of chat services, there's a topic you can subscribe to, and then you can send, whenever anyone sends a message to the topic, then you get notified. And so we're just going to pick a hard-coded topic called Xterm today. And I didn't see it, like, yeah, there's a connection handler, and then there's a, let's see, we can search or we can click on examples maybe. So if you click on the, yeah, let's try that. So, oh, this is cool. So they have, yeah, let's click on the simple chat application. I always start with a hello world. So keep scrolling down. Oh, I see. So it's serving this hello world tag, but this is like an express server. So we're not down the page yet. So keep scrolling down, please. And yeah, keep going further for further. There we go. Integrating Socket.io. Okay, so this just has what we have so far. So we listen for HTTP, express, and then also connection, and then keep scrolling down to where it says emitting events. Yeah, we did this part from last time. Good. So keep scrolling down. Emitting events. Okay, this is what we want. So it says the main idea is that you can send and receive any events you want with any data you want. And it can be JSON and it can be binary, but we'll use JSON. So if you scroll down and the client is going to do socket.emit. Okay, so the topic there is chat message. We're going to call ours xterm, but it's going to be the same. And then, okay, so that's very simple. So let me point, I'll request and point. If you don't mind, please, thank you. So here we subscribe to a topic by just saying socket.on chat message. So inside the connection handler, we get a socket object passed as a parameter. And then we subscribe to a topic by saying socket.on. And then the handler takes this lambda function, which is one more argument, and then we can print it, or we can emit it back. So go ahead and scroll down some more, please, because that's the important part, though. That we'll come back to that part. And then, okay, there's broadcasting. So okay, so this is what we want here. So this is on, and you can just copy this verbatim too. We don't have to change the topic. So we'll keep the topic chat message. And when you receive a message, what you'll do is just emit back on the same topic, the same message. And then, yeah, that's enough for now. So can you copy and paste this part inside the connection handler in the file? Yeah, those three lines. Yeah, that one. And then back in the terminal, yeah. And so let's say after line 16, and let me change to nano. Yeah. So, oh, but how do we get them? So after the disconnect handler, I'll move down. Yeah. So where I inserted a new blank line, just paste those three lines.
Oops, don't copy.
You might have to go up to the Ubuntu icon in the upper left and choose edit and paste.
Do it again. Let me. Oh, sorry. This one. Okay.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, good. I'm gonna do my part by indenting. So. Okay, I'm going to save. And so now we want so we'll go back and run I'm going to split the screen and we want to look at the client now. So the client is I think it's in terminal. Okay, so yeah, if you go back to the documentation for the chat app, we want to look at the client now. Yeah, back in the web browser. So the oh, I see. So this next part where it says on the client side, we capture a chat message and we'll include it on the page. So the page now includes this socket.io.js. And I'm going to look up the CDN, like where we can get the whole file publicly. Oh, I feel like we did this last time, but maybe I think we already included it. It's yeah, so that part we don't need, but this part here will say, yeah, we create a new IO object and then we so this line, these lines here will say, when we receive a chat message, this is going to append it to the DOM, but I'm gonna give you some other lines to type. It's going to be well, the first line, yeah. Go ahead and we'll copy this first line here. So socket.on chat message. Go ahead and copy that and we're gonna move it into let me change to, yeah. Oh, the colors aren't there. That's not as nice.
Is better use B than Nano, or what do you prefer?
It's faster, but also another good way is just using VS Code. Yeah, let's try. Oh, we have 20 minutes. We can set it up. If we can set up VS Code to use Remote Explorer, and it can connect to this host, and you can edit the code remotely. That I think is the best solution. So let's let's open your VS Code and we'll set up a plugin. We'll install a plugin. The plugin is called
I think it's
Remote Explorer.
oh, okay.
It's not that you're still on the Ubuntu host, so it doesn't have code installed, and also it would be too slow to install code there. So you want to click on VS Code down here at the bottom of your screen, so on your laptop.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, oh, you already got it. Okay. And oh, did we already connect to it last time? Yeah, so try double clicking on codewithfriends.dev. Or no, that's WSL. That's we want SSH Explorer.
Last time I opened with from the terminal from here. I type a code dot and it opened because last time it doesn't work from this part. I don't know why. I made double click, but nothing happens. I don't know.
No worries. Let's try the ... up here. I think if this isn't the right plugin, we can install something else called, oh, that doesn't do it. So it's not in, maybe we'll try clicking this. Try clicking this plus.
Plus.
No, this definitely doesn't seem like what we want.
Because I remember, let me try doing like last time. I think I can go back to my local how I can leave the Ubuntu and go back to my local machine.
You can you can exit by pressing like Control D to log out, but we don't have to do that right now because what we want is VS Code is already on your local machine, but you want to connect, you want to use the VS Code on your machine to connect and edit files on Code with Friends. And
okay.
And there's a plugin for that. So let me look it up and I'll tell you, there's a plugin for everything for VS Code. Oh, it's called remote SSH. So yeah, if you don't mind, back in VS Code.
Okay.
Yeah, click on the plugins, the extensions, yeah, and then search for SSH. Yeah, and then click on remote SSH and install it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I think it's done. So
Yeah.
then if you if you close this window, yeah, and then open VS Code again. Maybe it's I sort of expect to see a different menu. It's
Let me try again.
yeah, file, try file. Oh wait, we were just at the screen. Try close window. So right before exit, but not exit. So in file, close window. At the very bottom, the next to last. Yeah, right there. No. Okay. This is like way harder than I thought. Do you mind if I click? I think maybe I can find it if I just play around. Let's pause here. So maybe this, try this Remote Explorer up here. And then try this drop down, maybe has an SSH target, this one up here. Yeah. Try, can you click this drop down? Yeah, that one. Yeah, let's try remote. Okay, there we go. So now we want to click this plus to add a new SSH connection. And then you are going to type SSH space Ubuntu at codewithfriends.dev. Yeah, and then choose the first one. Yeah, the C users. Yeah, that one. And then great, now you can click connect. No, I think it's working. And then choose Linux. Yeah, that's right, it's Linux. So sometimes it'll crash and it'll be a little slow, but
Not
oh, I think, yeah, the command we didn't make sure is completely correct, but go ahead and try close remote. Yeah, we'll review the command line. I think you just forgot the at sign. That's all. So yeah, try Remote Explorer and then right click on Ubuntu and then, or delete it. We'll try again. So maybe right click or middle click or something click.
only with right click only appears bottom.
Maybe just single click and delete.
No. It doesn't work. No.
Oh no, yeah, well, we want to edit it because I think we're just missing the at sign, the Ubuntu at codewithfriends.dev.
But
Yeah, try clicking the top one, yeah. And oh yeah, for host name, change that to code with friends. So I think we're missing this symbol in here somewhere. So save please. So Control S. And then try connecting again. You can connect in current window. That's fine. And then yeah, Linux. Okay, so I think well, we're getting closer. So it doesn't like the username in front of the host name, but I wonder how else we can specify the username. Let me look to see how we can delete. Oh yeah, so when the file is open, we'll just delete. Yeah, how do we get that file? The config file? Do you know how to get the config file?
no.
Me neither. Oh. There, try saving it. And go and close it, please.
Close the terminal.
Close this file.
Ah, the file.
And then we'll try remote again, Remote Explorer. And then the plus.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this time try typing SSH space Ubuntu at the @ yeah, code with friends .dev. Yeah, and then press enter. And yeah, the first one, I feel like we've done this before. I just want to be sure. And then click connect. Yeah. Linux. Yeah, that's right. Continue. Yes.
Mm,
Okay, so it's using a different public key, but we're close. I'm gonna close remote and then scroll up in the error.
Close this window.
Yeah, I think in the settings, we can specify which identity file. Okay.
Yeah, guys, have to take off, but yeah, looks very worthwhile. I'll hopefully join in the future.
Yeah, it was good to meet you, Sam. We're almost done here.
Thanks.
We're gonna wrap up in the next
Cool.
week. So
Sounds good. Thanks. Good night.
see you.
Bye, Sam.
Yeah, we only do this once. I know it's seems like a lot to set up, but once VS Code can connect to the remote server, then you'll be able to use it every time. So we want try opening the config file down here. Like control click this file.
Okay.
Yeah. And good. And then we're going to add, I'm going to click and type if that's okay. I'm going to add this identity file. Oh, good. It has autocomplete. And then Control S and save.
Okay.
So I'm not 100% sure that path is right, but it's close to it. We'll try it. So yeah, well, maybe we'll take a break for tonight. I think it's
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure I've done this before. I just I know it's not, I don't think I'm able to do it right now. So but yeah, thanks for joining, John. I know Today seemed slow.
No,
But
great.
yeah, we're making.
Every class I learn a lot with you. You're a great teacher.
Oh, I mean, same. Thanks for letting me tell you what to type. And so we have tasks now. I'll add some more tasks to the roadmap, and then, yeah, if people will be on, I'll probably be on like in the coming week, like in the evenings. If you ever see me there, just feel free to pop in and say hi. And then, otherwise, are you free? Let's see, I think next Friday I can't do it, but maybe the Friday after that.
Oh yeah, great. Maybe can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please.
Maybe you were with this. Let me show you with an AWS federated identity.
Yeah.
Do you know about that?
I've never used the federated identity, but I saw you asking about it from the AI bot, so it looked interesting. And
Yeah,
I know you were.
I need to make a connect at the federated identity with a Node application, but I don't have idea how do it. So,
Well, the response I saw from the AI bot looked pretty complete, and
yeah. The idea is used that the bot responds me. So, but maybe I want to ask you if you maybe are familiar with that. But yeah, the response is great about the bot.
yeah, the bot knows way more than I do. So I've never used it. I'm just doing what you would do, like reading this documentation. And I know what the account ID is, and I don't know what this web identity role name is. I think maybe this is something that you create as part of the federated web identity. So if you yeah, so I know we did this on Monday. I'll try and find the video and show you, but you can create an IAM user and you can add the credentials in this file. And then you can use, let's see, we use the command line, the Python tool, but here it's saying that once you have it in this file, then inside of a node file, what can you do? Oh, okay. So here you can, in this file, you're in your home directory, or, in your home directory.aws/credentials, you have this file. You can have multiple identities. This is each one is in brackets, is like the name, and under each one, it has to have a access key ID and then the secret, which you can get when you create the IAM user. And then, so remember the profile name, whether it's default or whatever you call it here. And then in Node, it looks like you can require or import this AWS library, and then you initialize it with the name of the profile. And yeah, this seems kind of indirect, but so that's how to load it. And then once you have it here, well, do you know what to do with it now? Once you load the credentials, is that what you're asking, or but you want specifically this web identity instead, right?
Yeah, but that you explained me is hell a lot. So you got a video with the AIM configuration?
Yeah, I have a video how to generate that user, but I think it's not quite this. I think this access token is something else. So I would so after you have an IAM role with configured privileges. Yeah, so I don't know what this is, and I don't know what this is. So I think you have to read more.
Yeah, maybe I need to read more.
And or maybe it's just this, maybe just follow these steps. So it says you register with an identity provider. I think the identity provider is like Google or Facebook. And then you create an IAM role. So this is like in Discord, a role is a set of permissions that you can apply to a user. It's kind of like a group. And
But you also work a lot with Python. Your main language is Python, or what do you think?
I use a lot of Python and JavaScript. So those are my two main languages.
But you use Python with some framework like Django or Flask, or?
I only use Python for like command line utility stuff or like data science things.
Oh,
not
okay.
web. Yeah, for web, I only use JavaScript. I know I've used Flask to make APIs. So I like Flask because it's easy and it's simple. Django's complicated for me. So.
Great. But what do you think is the better language for backend technologies? Maybe Python or Node or Golang, maybe?
I don't know Golang, but it definitely seems faster, like it's compiled and it supports like multi-threads. And I'm learning Rust, which is similar to Golang, like they fill the same kind of niche. Like they both have better memory safety than just C and C++, and they support easy concurrency, so you can have multiple multi-threaded programming pretty easily. And yeah, I think they're good systems programming languages. I would only use Node.js for web stuff because it's easy. Like there's a lot of libraries for it already. And Python for like data science stuff. Yeah, but I mean, like, you know,
you work with data science too, or?
Not a lot. I want to do more with it, but like if I'm curious about AI, like everyone is, but if I want to do I think most of the neural network libraries and code to train models are in Python right now. So yeah. So I do mostly Python and JavaScript.
Great. So Paul, thanks for your help. I continue to read about that, and maybe can I ask you something by chat if I need some questions?
Yeah, of course. There's no guarantee I know the answer, but I'll try my best.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, John. Have a good night.
So the same to you. Bye, Paul. See you.
Bye.